What's the biggest checkmate moment of your life? My roommate Luke thought he was the smoothest guy alive. For 8 months, he'd been systematically stealing from me while playing innocent. It started small. My leftovers would vanish overnight. Must have been you sleepwalking, bro, he'd say with this smug grin. I was at Amanda's all night. Then my expensive bourbon disappeared, the $200 bottle my dad gave me for graduation. Luke swore he'd never seen it, but I found the empty bottle buried in his closet when he was out. My streaming passwords kept getting changed. Netflix, Spotify, everything. He'd act confused when I mentioned it. Weird? Maybe you got hacked? The car situation was the worst. I'd come home from 12-hour shifts to find my gas tank empty and mysterious scratches on the bumper. Luke would shrug and say he'd been home all day playing video games. When I installed a dash cam, suddenly the mysterious trips stopped. Coincidence, right? But Luke was smart. He'd wait until I was exhausted, stressed from work, questioning my own memory. Classic gaslighter behavior. Dude, you're being paranoid. Maybe you should talk to someone. The breaking point came during my dream job interview. Senior marketing position at Nike. $120K starting salary. I'd been preparing for months, had 3 rounds of interviews, and this was the final meeting with the VP. The night before, I laid out my only good suit. Armani cost me 2 months of savings. Perfect condition, dry cleaned, ready to help me nail this interview. I woke up at 6 a.m. to get ready. The suit was gone, completely vanished from my closet. Luke was already awake, drinking coffee in the kitchen. Morning, man. Big day today, right? I asked if he'd seen my suit anywhere. He looked genuinely confused. Your gray one? Nah, haven't seen it. Did you check the laundry room? I tore apart our apartment, checked every closet, every room, even the garage. Nothing. Called Luke's girlfriend, his friends, everyone. Nobody had seen it. I had to show up to Nike in khakis and a polo shirt. The interviewer's face said everything. In a room full of sharp suits, I looked like someone's intern who'd gotten lost. They went with another candidate, someone who better understood the company culture. That weekend, I was scrolling Instagram and nearly threw my phone across the room. There was Luke at some fancy steakhouse wearing my suit, with his arm around some girl I'd never seen before. The caption read, "Living my best life. Sometimes you gotta dress for the life you want." He was drinking what looked suspiciously like my missing bourbon at a restaurant that cost more than his monthly allowance from mommy and daddy. But here's what Luke didn't know. I'd been documenting everything for weeks. See, his parents were old school wealthy. His dad owned 3 car dealerships. His mom ran a law firm. They still paid Luke's rent, car insurance, even his groceries, thinking their 26-year-old son was struggling to find himself. They had no idea their precious boy was funding his lifestyle by stealing from his hardworking roommate. So I spent 3 days creating the most beautiful PowerPoint presentation of my life. Screenshots of him wearing my clothes with timestamps, receipts for everything he'd stolen, including that $200 bourbon, security footage from our building showing him taking my car at 2 a.m. I even included bank records showing his Venmo payments to expensive restaurants on nights he claimed to be broke and eating ramen. The final slide was an itemized bill, $3,147 in stolen goods and services. I sent it to his parents with the subject line, "How Luke's really been spending your money." His dad called within 30 minutes. I could hear the screaming through Luke's bedroom wall. Turns out mommy and daddy don't appreciate funding a thief who's sabotaging his roommate's career prospects. They demanded he pay me back immediately and cut off his allowance completely. Luke had to sell his gaming setup, his watch, even his precious sneaker collection to cover what he owed me. He moved back into his childhood bedroom the next week, tail between his legs like a scolded puppy. The best part? I got a call from Nike 2 months later. The VP had heard about what happened through industry connections and was impressed by how I'd handled the situation professionally. They offered me an even better position with a $135K starting salary.